When 5-year-old Wyatt Kelce told her friend Emma at lunch, "My Aunt Taylor is making a baby. She was really sick this weekend." Teacher Miss Davis overheard every word. The innocent comment exploded like a bomb among the teachers. Was Taylor Swift pregnant? Was Travis Kelce going to be a dad? Wyatt had simply interpreted the stomach bug she witnessed using her own child logic. But this false news was spreading through school hallways and could soon reach the media. The truth was much more innocent and funny than anyone realized. What I'm about to tell you is much deeper and more surprising than anything you've seen in the media. In this story, nothing is as it appears. The school incident. Monday, March 9th, 2026, 12:15 p.m. Hillcrest Elementary was buzzing with typical lunchtime energy when 5-year-old Wyatt Kelce dropped what would become the biggest bombshell in the school's recent history. "My Aunt Taylor is making a baby," Wyatt announced to her best friend Emma as they sat at their usual kindergarten table, completely unaware that her innocent words would soon create chaos throughout Kansas City's most prestigious elementary school. Miss Davis, the third-grade teacher on lunch duty, nearly dropped her supervision clipboard when she overheard the casual declaration. "She was super sick this weekend at dinner," Wyatt continued, opening her juice box. "Uncle Travis had to hold her hair back while she threw up 3 whole times. Daddy whispered to Mommy that we should leave them alone because pregnant ladies need space. And Grandma Donna said she remembered feeling exactly the same way when she had Uncle Travis." Emma's eyes grew wide. "Really? Taylor Swift is going to have a baby with your uncle?" "Uh-huh," Wyatt nodded seriously. Uncle Travis looked really worried, but also happy crying, kind of like when Daddy found out about baby Finn. Aunt Taylor kept holding her tummy and saying she felt yucky. Uncle Travis brought her crackers and ginger ale, just like Daddy did for Mommy. Plus, all the grown-ups kept doing that whispery talking thing. Miss Davis felt her pulse quicken. As someone who'd followed the Travis Kelce-Taylor Swift romance like half of America, she knew this would be earth-shattering news if true. Wyatt was known throughout Hillcrest for her brutal honesty and close relationship with both Uncle Travis and Aunt Taylor. "Wyatt, sweetie," Miss Davis said gently, crouching to the child's eye level. "Are you absolutely sure about what you saw this weekend?" "Oh yes, completely sure," Wyatt replied with the unshakable certainty only 5-year-olds possess. By 12:45 p.m., the administrative crisis was in full swing. Miss Davis had quietly informed Mrs. Patterson, who immediately understood the implications. Word spread through careful whispers, and by 2:30 p.m., the entire teaching staff was aware. Principal Johnson discovered the brewing storm when his secretary appeared with an expression he'd learned to dread. When she explained the circulating information, Principal Johnson felt an immediate migraine forming. He'd managed media attention around the Kelce children before, but this situation carried unprecedented implications. The staff consensus was unanimous. If this leaked beyond school grounds, Hillcrest could find itself at the center of a media frenzy. Teachers found themselves grappling with potentially explosive celebrity information delivered by their most reliable 5-year-old source. Meanwhile, Wyatt remained blissfully unaware of the crisis she'd created. During afternoon art time, she focused on her family drawing, adding stick figures labeled Uncle Travis and Aunt Taylor with a small circle she was coloring in Taylor's midsection. "Mrs. Rodriguez," Wyatt called during quiet creative time, "should I draw the baby outside Aunt Taylor's tummy or wait until it grows bigger?" Mrs. Rodriguez felt her chest tighten at yet another confirmation. "How about we focus on drawing everyone just as they are right now, honey?" As 3:45 p.m. dismissal approached, Principal Johnson made a firm decision during the emergency staff meeting. "Under no circumstances does this information leave our building. Professional discretion is absolutely essential." The family discovery. When Kylie Kelce arrived for pickup, several staff members seemed unusually attentive. "How was your day, baby girl?" Kylie asked as they walked toward their SUV. "It was awesome, Mama," Wyatt said happily. "I told Emma about Aunt Taylor's baby, and she got super excited. I think she wants to help with babysitting duties too." Kylie stopped walking so abruptly that Wyatt bumped into her legs. What did you tell Emma about Aunt Taylor? About the baby she's making, Wyatt said innocently. From when she got sick this weekend, remember? Kylie's blood ran cold. She forced calm into her voice while calculating damage control scenarios. Let's get buckled up and talk in the car. Once they were safely driving away, Kylie needed immediate clarification. Wyatt, honey, tell me exactly what you shared with Emma. I explained her vivid account, Wyatt said from her booster seat, and how all the grown-ups were acting special and whispery, just like when you had Finn in your tummy. Kylie realized instantly what had happened. This past weekend's family dinner had been disrupted when Taylor came down with a stomach flu. In Wyatt's 5-year-old logic, witnessing Taylor's repeated nausea while adults whispered concernedly had triggered memories of Kylie's pregnancy with Finn. The moment they reached home, Kylie speed dialed Jason. We have a code red situation. What happened? Wyatt announced to her kindergarten class that Taylor is pregnant. She misinterpreted what happened when Taylor had that stomach flu this weekend. Dead silence stretched across the phone line. Oh man, Jason finally said. How widespread do you think this got? Unknown, but she definitely told her best friend. And you know how kindergarten information travels. Plus, teachers overheard. We need Travis and Taylor here immediately. When Jason explained the situation to Travis, his initial reaction was surprised laughter. Wait, Wyatt thinks Taylor's pregnant because she had food poisoning? That's actually pretty sweet that she's so excited about us having kids someday. Trav, this isn't funny, Jason said firmly. If this rumor escapes kindergarten, you and Taylor will be fielding pregnancy questions for months. The reality hit Travis immediately. What's our game plan? Family meeting tonight. We need to help the girls understand the difference between illness and pregnancy. The family meeting. That evening, the entire Kelce clan gathered in Jason and Kylie's living room for what would later be remembered as the Great Misunderstanding Summit of 2026. Girls, we need to discuss something important that happened at school today, Jason began, addressing his 4 daughters. Wyatt immediately looked worried. Am I in big trouble? No, baby, you're not in trouble at all, Kylie assured her quickly. But we do need to clear up some confusion about what you shared about Aunt Taylor. Travis, who had arrived with Taylor just before the meeting, knelt in front of Wyatt. Wyatt, do you remember telling Emma that Aunt Taylor and I are expecting a baby? Wyatt nodded solemnly. Because she was so sick this weekend, exactly like Mama was with Finn. Taylor decided to address this directly. Wyatt, sweetheart, I was definitely sick this weekend, but not because I'm having a baby, she said warmly. I ate something that disagreed with my stomach, which gave me a stomach flu. Sometimes grown-ups get tummy troubles, but it doesn't mean there's a baby coming. But Uncle Travis was taking care of you the same exact way, Wyatt protested. That's because when people love each other, they always help when someone feels bad, Travis explained patiently. Just like your mama and daddy take care of you when you have a fever. Jason leaned forward, addressing the bigger picture. Wyatt, honey, when you shared that news with your friends, it probably made them happy and surprised. Sometimes when kids hear special news, they tell their families, and then those families might tell other people. The thing is, Kylie added, Uncle Travis and Aunt Taylor are very famous, so when people think they might be having a baby, lots of people become interested in that information. Taylor reached out to take Wyatt's hands. Wyatt, I want you to know that someday Uncle Travis and I absolutely hope to have children together. And when that happens, you'll be one of the very first people we tell. But right now, we're not expecting a baby. So, I accidentally told Emma something that wasn't true? Wyatt asked, looking genuinely distressed. You told Emma what you believed was true based on what you observed, Travis said kindly. That's completely different from lying. But now that we've explained what really happened, it's important that you help us fix the misunderstanding. They spent the next hour helping Wyatt understand the difference between illness and pregnancy while discussing the importance of being thoughtful about sharing family information. Sometimes grown-ups have private things happening that they're not ready for everyone to know about, Kylie explained. Not because they're keeping mean secrets, but because some things are special and should only be shared with close family first. By the conversation's end, Wyatt fully understood her mistake and was eager to correct it. Can I tell Emma tomorrow that I was wrong about the baby? Absolutely, Taylor said. And if any other friends ask questions, you can explain that I just had a stomach ache and I'm feeling much better now. The resolution. Tuesday morning, March 10th, Kylie personally walked Wyatt into her kindergarten classroom. "Mrs. Rodriguez?" Kylie said quietly while Wyatt organized her backpack. "I wanted to address something Wyatt mentioned yesterday. She had a misunderstanding about why Taylor wasn't feeling well. It was actually just a stomach bug. We've discussed the difference and she understands now." The visible relief on Mrs. Rodriguez's face was unmistakable. "Thank you so much for clarifying that. We weren't sure how to handle the situation appropriately." "We really appreciate your discretion," Kylie said. Wyatt plans to correct the misunderstanding with her classmates today. True to her word, Wyatt sought out Emma immediately during morning free play. "Emma, I need to tell you something important about Aunt Taylor," Wyatt said with 5-year-old seriousness. "What?" Emma asked, still excited from yesterday's news.
"I made a mistake yesterday about the baby,"
Wyatt said with the same straightforward honesty she'd used to spread the original story. "She just had a sick tummy, like when we eat too much Halloween candy. Mama and Daddy helped me understand the difference." Emma looked disappointed but accepted the correction with typical kindergarten resilience. "Oh, okay. Maybe someday though?" "Maybe someday," Wyatt agreed, "but not right now." Throughout the morning, as other children approached Wyatt with questions, she dutifully corrected the information. By lunchtime, the kindergarten class had moved on to other topics with typical 5-year-old attention spans. In the staff lounge, the relief among teachers was palpable. "Crisis successfully averted," Miss Davis announced to the group of educators who'd spent 24 hours anxiously wondering about potential fallout. Principal Johnson felt enormous weight lift from his shoulders. This experience has reinforced the critical importance of maintaining absolute discretion regarding information about our high-profile family members. Reflection on the Great Misunderstanding. That evening, Travis and Taylor had their own private conversation about Wyatt's innocent mistake. "You know," Taylor said as they prepared for bed, "it was actually really sweet how genuinely excited she seemed about the possibility of us having a baby together." "She absolutely adores you," Travis said, wrapping his arms around Taylor. "All 4 girls do. You've become such an integral part of their world." "I love being part of this family," Taylor admitted. "And honestly, when we are ready to start having children, I hope they'll be just as enthusiastic as Wyatt was yesterday." "They definitely will be," Travis said confidently. "Though maybe next time we'll give them a little more context so they don't accidentally announce it to the world before we're ready." Taylor laughed, remembering Wyatt's earnest expression. "Actually, it's kind of wonderful to know that when we do decide to have kids, we'll have 4 built-in babysitters who are already this invested in our hypothetical children's well-being." Over the following days through March 14th, the incident quickly became a cherished family story. The Great Misunderstanding of 2026, as Jason dubbed it during their next family dinner, served as a perfect example of how Wyatt's innocent observation had revealed something beautiful about their family dynamic. More importantly, it deepened the bond between Taylor and all the Kelce children, who learned that even when they made honest mistakes, the adults in their family would help them fix things with patience and understanding rather than anger. For Taylor and Travis, it served as a heartwarming preview of how enthusiastically their future children would be welcomed and celebrated by the family they'd already built together. The incident reinforced their confidence in the foundation they were creating, one built on open communication, unconditional love, and excitement that makes even imaginary babies feel celebrated. Looking back now, everyone agrees that Wyatt's misunderstanding had actually been a blessing in disguise. It gave them a chance to practice handling sensitive family information, reinforced the importance of clear communication with the children, and provided an unforgettable story that perfectly captured the innocent joy of a 5-year-old who simply couldn't contain her excitement about the people she loved most. And someday, when Taylor and Travis are ready to actually expand their family, they know they'll have the most enthusiastic announcement team imaginable. 4 little girls who've been practicing their cousin duty since March 2026, just in case. What do you think about this sweet story of innocent misunderstanding? Have you ever had a child in your life misinterpret something they saw and create unexpected drama? Share your stories in the comments because sometimes the most beautiful family moments come from the purest intentions. If this story made you smile and believe in the innocence of children's perspectives, hit that like button and subscribe for more heartwarming family stories. Because sometimes the most precious insights come from seeing the world through a 5-year-old's eyes.